Hey guys! Today I want to talk about how we grew up in a society where things that women like are always labeled in a negative way. How we kind of grew up feeling guilty for liking the color pink and other feminine things. Obviously, we all grew up very differently, and this is just my perspective, how I grew up, so I hope you had a different experience. And I feel like it started at a very young age when I was, is it elementary school? Like when you're 6 to 10, I think. I started liking pink at a very young age, and I started liking makeup and doing my nails at a very young age. And I remember very vividly that one time, I don't know, there was like a special day at school, so I wanted to try something with like a glittery eyeshadow. And then I kind of got not only called out by the teacher that wearing makeup wasn't allowed, but also got made fun of the other girls. And I always felt like I, in general, got made fun of for... I remember when I broke a nail, I got made fun of that I'm like... I don't know if there's an English word for it. Liking your nails, liking feminine things, liking makeup was sort of always a bad thing. Also, when it comes to my mom, I feel like she was never a very feminine type, you know, who likes to do her makeup, who likes to wear very feminine outfits. She was always telling me, like, when I wanted to dress up or something, or I just wanted to look good when I left the house, you know. She would always tell me that I'm not going to a fashion show. And I'm like, even to this day, I'm like, I know I'm not going to a fashion show. That doesn't mean I don't want to look good, you know? I feel like in her friend group, like the other women were always kind of like making fun of me that I was a little bit more girly. And looking back at it now, I don't think I was a very girly girl. These are just some memories and some things that I personally experienced, but I feel like there's a general thing in society where we grow up thinking that feminine things are something bad. And I think that this image also comes from movies and especially older songs, because it was always like a war between women, like there was not women supporting other women. And I still think to this day that women are not very supportive of each other, which is very, very sad. I mean, it is one thing that men are not supporting us, but women not supporting women is like, it blows my mind every single day. Growing up with movies and music videos and stuff like that, there were always like the pretty girls, the girls that like to wear makeup, that like to wear skirts, and there were always like the mean girls and very superficial and, you know, stuff like that. Like this is how it would be portrayed. And then if you were the girl that is even I love Taylor Swift, okay, but even if the You Belong With Me video, I mean, she sings about this and I love that song. I totally get where it comes from, that sometimes the pretty girls, they know they're pretty, so maybe they grew up a little bit richer and maybe they feel like they're superior, and so they can be mean to other people. And if you're dressing more, you know, normal in t-shirts and stuff like that, you're kind of like the nice girl or the girl that gets overlooked, which I totally don't have that experience in real life. You cannot generalize. Just because you're wearing makeup and like to dress pretty doesn't mean you have to be rude. When I meet other girls or see other girls, I feel like I can always immediately tell if someone is a girl's girl or if they're not a girl's girl. When someone is not a girl's girl, I like to distance myself from them, because these are usually the girls that are jealous, that talk behind your back, that want bad things for you, and I just distance myself from people like that. I make sure I don't have anyone like this in my life. I'm a girl's girl. I dare to say that I'm a girl's girl, and I love supporting other girls. It's so weird. I feel like even on the internet, like on social media, I can tell. Maybe it's just my imagination. I don't know, but I feel like I can tell when I look at someone if they're a girl's girl or not. And I don't know what it is. Do you have the same experience? Whatever, off topic. So we kind of grew up with that image of pretty girls, rude, not as dressed up girls. They're nice. Girly things, feminine things, they always get made fun of. I always like the example of Taylor Swift. I also put that quote in the beginning of the video because I feel like it's not just about liking the color pink and stuff like that. It's way deeper, and it's my favorite quote from the man. It is such a simple lyrics, but it's so powerful. If everyone believes you, what's that like? And I feel like Taylor is a great example of sexism, like how people reduced her all the time because she was a woman. I have to say I'm guilty of that myself. I mean, I never did anything mean or rude or anything in sort of way, but I feel like growing up, I wasn't really that supportive of female artists, and I kind of looked down on them. And I know a lot of people wouldn't admit it maybe that openly, but it was just the way it was. I feel like we always look down on women. I wasn't huge on female artists, you know, and now it's all I listen to. I love supporting female artists. I love everything they do because they have to put in so much more effort than men. And I feel like it is because I grew up in a very not supporting other women environment. So I'm glad that I honestly got out of that. And Taylor is my best example because I love Taylor now. I love everything she stands for. But there are also other things I feel like that girls get made fun of, but Taylor is my prime example. For example, zodiac signs. Zodiac signs always get made fun of. I feel like now it's maybe a little bit more, maybe men are a little bit more into it, but still I feel like it's something that girls do and that is ridiculous and looked down on. Or I remember when these memes were up on the internet about wearing Uggs and getting to Starbucks, like then you're the typical white girl package, maybe listening to Taylor Swift, and it always had this very negative image. And wearing the green jackets, oh my gosh. Even myself, I was like, I don't want to be like every other girl, I want to be special, kind of like a pick-me girl, you know? I feel like also a friend of mine that I had in high school, she was very, very pick-me. Didn't realize it back then, but now I'm like, girl, you know, the girl that always wants the attention from all the other boys. It is so annoying, and if I ever was like that in any situation, I'm very sorry. That's not who I am today, but I feel like this is also something, I feel like I'm switching into each topic. I feel like this is also something that we as women kind of grew up with. It is that you kind of, I don't know how to say it. Taylor sings about it in Mastermind, where she sings, you see, all the wisest women had to do it this way because we were born to be the pawn in every lover's game. This is for me how we kind of grew up as women, fighting for male attention or kind of wanting to be liked by males. I recently talked with a friend about this, and I feel like some girls have or still have this mindset of that being friends with boys is cooler and less problematic. Honestly, I didn't make the best experience with my friendships with other girls. I had a lot of toxic friendships in the past, and it was not gonna lie, it was exhausting. But this is when you have the wrong friendships, because I have friends now where I can talk with them about everything. They don't talk behind my back. I mean, you just know, okay? Sometimes you just know when someone talks behind your back, or when someone's just toxic to you all the time, when someone is kind of like making fun of you in public in front of others and stuff like that. You just know when it's a toxic friendship. Now I have very different people around me. Maybe I have less people around me for sure, but I'd rather have less people around me than have a lot of people that don't do me any good, you know? This is the same when you say all men are bad or all men are toxic. It's just the same when you say all girl friendships are exhausting and it's better to be friends with boys. Could be the same, you could say all men are toxic and relationships are better with women, which is not true. When I was in high school, I am also probably guilty of this, because some of the girls I went to high school with were very toxic. So I sometimes, when we had like trips or something with school, I tended to be more with the boys. But I also remember that I was with girls from the other class because they were just more relaxing to talk to. So yes, I myself might have had a tendency to be more with the boys, but there is actually a girl in my class that I'm still in contact with to this day, and she was not problematic at all. She was probably one of the few girls that were not problematic when I went to school. So yeah, it's not an all girls problem. Like the toxic friendship, I feel like I could ramble off and off and off about this, but this is a topic maybe for another day. Another feminine thing I feel like is that always gets made fun of is makeup. Or also I would say more of maybe female, all females pretty much, like female influencers, female artists, female whatever. It doesn't matter where you are. Makeup has this negative image of, well, it's easy to do a makeup video on YouTube, you know what I mean? But no one ever said it's easy to do a gaming video on YouTube. Why is gaming or watching soccer, football, whatever, not in any way associated with a negative image, but wearing makeup is? The sad thing is that even women have this image. Why do we grow up like this, and why do we follow this mindset for such a long time? I'm not saying that if you're a woman you have to like the color pink and you have to like to wear makeup, But I feel like that there are a lot of women who are maybe afraid to like the color pink and who are afraid to be more feminine or liking makeup in order to fit in and be more accepted by other people and not get made fun of, because I feel like I did this also for a very long time, and especially now with quarantine and lockdown, I feel like I kind of stopped caring about myself. I kind of stopped wearing makeup, I stopped wearing very feminine clothes. And I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm actually not like that. Something else that popped into my mind about this topic is pretty privilege versus being reduced to your looks. You often get that stamp, how do you say it? You just have that job, or you just have this or that because you're pretty. And I feel like pretty privilege can be a thing. I experienced that maybe men can be nicer to you if you're pretty, but it can also go the very opposite way, which is being reduced to your looks. And just because you're pretty, you are automatically maybe rude or dumb or whatever. Something I also want to touch on is feeling intimidated when you see other girls. And I feel like this is a very huge problem for me, and I'm sure this has been a problem for everyone at least once in their life, that you're out in public and you just see someone, they look gorgeous, and you feel intimidated. Or at the gym, usually it happens for me at the gym a lot of times, and I feel like it's especially worse when I am in a relationship, which is a problem I have myself. Not his fault, it's definitely, this one isn't me, I'm the problem, it's me. So for me, it's usually that I compare myself to what I don't have. So in my case, usually it's girls that are thinner than I am, and then girls that have lighter hair than I have, or that are more girly, or more like the, you know, just the natural girls. I feel like we also, or I also, I don't know, got brought up in a way when you see girls wearing not a lot of clothes, very short clothes, always gets a bad image, or like a negative, how you say it, there is a negative reaction to it. And I feel like for the longest time I also had that in my mind. I'm like, why would you dress like that? Why do you want to have everyone's attention? Now I feel like I don't care what anyone wears or what anyone does. I feel like so weird admitting this, because I feel like a lot of people wouldn't admit to this. I feel like it's such a taboo topic. I don't know. I sometimes still have that reaction when I see someone like this. Do I judge it? Honestly, no. I don't judge it. I feel like this comes more from a place of jealousy and insecurity, which I usually have and struggle with. And I can openly admit that, which I'm very proud of myself, honestly, for doing that. My personal comparing is definitely a form of insecurity and jealousy. I went deeper into this and I was like, for example, if someone is wearing a very, very short skirt, you know, like short, like barely making, like, you know what I mean, a very short skirt, and a crop top. Sometimes I was like, ooh, whoa, that's short. And then I was thinking about it, like I was really looking at it, I was like, what bothers me, or what do I not like about this picture, for example? I feel like because if you really want to wear this, I kind of feel bad for the unwanted attention that you get when you wear that. Because I was like, if there was a world without men and a girl would wear that, would I have a problem with that? And the answer is no. Why not? Probably number one, because I know that the girl is not gonna get harassed in any way or get unwanted attention or whatever. You could just go out freely and wear this. This is just my perception, this is just my view, my opinion, so please respect that. You can have a different opinion, but I feel like if there was a world only full of women, I would feel more comfortable wearing certain things. It's hard to explain. I feel like sometimes I want to wear a very sexy and, you know, very short outfit, and then I sometimes don't want to wear it because I don't want the unwanted attention, you know? You just get attention if you wear certain things. Also, I feel like I sometimes got more attention if I wore a hoodie or something, like literally looking like whatever, which is also very weird because it's like you can never win. Even when I'm going out in a hoodie, you get stared down. So how do we deal with all that we talked about? I feel like for the longest time I didn't like to wear skirts. I didn't like to wear dresses or stuff like that. I always wanted to wear shorts and be more of a sporty type of person. And I feel like I'm still more that type of person. I love sweatpants, I love my crop tops and sneakers and stuff like that, you know? But I also really admire, you know, very feminine dresses that are not, you know, like tight to the skin, like super tight, a little bit more loose, a little bit more girly. Also wearing more pink and colors like that in the gym. You don't have to choose one or the other. You can choose each day who you want to be and how you want to dress that day, because I feel like sometimes I want to be more of a baddie and I want to wear my shorts and maybe like a sexy outfit and stuff like that, you know. And then sometimes I want to be more feminine and in a dress and stuff like that. We put ourselves too much into boxes where we can either be the one or the other, and I don't want to feel bad anymore if I want certain things in my life in pink. Like I saw this video where a girl literally got everything, like stuff around her apartment or whatever, in pink, and I'm like, this is amazing. I want all my stuff to be pink too because it's fun. I feel like we should all do what we're comfortable with. If we don't want to wear dresses, don't wear them. If you want to wear them, wear them. No matter what you're wearing or the makeup or whatever you do, just do what you like. And maybe you think that you know what you like, but maybe you just got so thinking that you are a certain type of person because you got into this from society or from your parents or your friends or whatever, that you think you can only be this one type of girl. I think it's so amazing to come to the realization that no, you can be pretty much whoever you want to be. You can change your style whenever you want. You can change it every day. You can change it 3 times a day if you want to. I think we will always have to prove ourselves more if we are a woman, and we will always not meet someone's expectations or standards. If you're a mom, it's something bad. If you're not a mom, it's bad. If you are curvy, it's bad. If you're skinny, it's bad. If you are feminine, it's bad. If you're not feminine, it's bad. There will always be criticism. I feel like as a woman you can never meet the standards, like also Taylor Swift said, and there will always be you know, men profit off of our insecurities. There are so many businesses and branches that are profiting of our insecurities that are made from society, again, where we have to look a certain way and we have to behave a certain way. I would like to know, what have you experienced in your life? Did you get made fun of being more feminine? Did you experience similar things? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I hope you liked the girls chat. If you did, please subscribe to my channel for more and like the video if you enjoyed it. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.